Okay, just a little bit of an experiment test I did along with the result. iRacing team, the Daytona 24 hours in the GT3. I wanted to know what is the difference between a GT3 and an lmdh. What are the hardest bits of it? And we decided to have a test with the BMW. Got it in Ferrari livery from Le Mans, and as you can see there, that a lock-up, and what I found was locking the fronts is the biggest problem. I've played about with the brake bias during this quick 20 lap session. We did 20 laps all in all. Under acceleration the car is easy enough to drive. It's no harder than a GT3. Obviously driving in a straight line, it's as easy as driving a GT3. Biggest difference, other than struggling not to lock the fronts up, the only other difference is at the end of here, I mean we are doing 180 odd miles an hour now. With the GT3 we was doing 172, 173 as we went into the braking zone. But if you can get the car set up so the brakes aren't locking, I mean it locked there and I was hardly touching the brake pedal at all. And there you see, locked up, gone straight on and damaged the car straight away. You'll see later we've done a 1:45.08, that's just a first try. Yeah, out of this 20 laps we will see what we can get down to. I think they were doing one in our split anyway, 134, 135. So we'll see how close to 135 we can get during this. Going through the bus stop chicane, it's as easy to get through there as a GT3, I would have to say. The difficult parts compared to the GT3 are here coming into turn 1, because we're locking up. Whether they call that 2 and 3, I don't know, so we will say into turn 4, locking up is the difficulty of this. This turn 5 is absolutely flat as it is with the GT3. This corner coming into now, difficult not to lock the wheels. And into this next corner as well. You see there we've locked up. Other than those bits, I mean coming into the bus stop, it's pretty easy. Just when you get into high speed slow corner situations where the problems lie. I think on a corner like Silverstone, other than the Vale, Abbey, Copse and places like that, it would be alright. But at the minute we're down to a 44.131, just on a 42.6. Lost the back there, we're not braking soon enough. Obviously with the extra downforce you get from the lmdh, the actual cornering is no harder than a GT3. You got the extra downforce, lap time is out, and there you see we went straight on into a tyre wall. So let's flick to the next lap. Just starting the next lap now. So with the fact we can't stop locking the front, we are losing a lot of time in these braking zones like that. And for an endurance race, locking the wheels not going to make the tyres last too long. Again, locked up like crazy going into there. But you will see as we click through the laps, we will be getting a little bit faster. Again there, we're trying not to lock the brakes, went in too quick for what the slowing down was we had. I think the whole idea is with these you have to brake a lot earlier than what you think. Acceleration is way better than anything other than a Formula 1 car, you have to say. I think we was getting up to about 165 miles an hour by the time we got to the chicane. With this, 180 odd miles per hour. not locking the wheels now because we're actually not driving fast. I mean, I've gone the Gilles Villeneuve route of go fast, lose control, slow down, instead of go slow and build up to the accident. You go fast, have the accident, and then slow down. Through the chicane, it is a piece of pee-pee. Now, over the speed we had at the end of this straight with the GT3, we've done a 141.8 there, so as you see, we said we were slow on that lap, and turns out we was. Problems again with the locking. Let us go wide. This is my first foray, my first 20 laps in an lmdh, so I think if we put in the time we could get as competitive in this as we was in the GT3. It's just sorting the braking out, knowing how fast you can go through a corner comes pretty quickly. Another slow lap to build ourselves in. Will be interesting to check the results of our
temperature's falling. It's now 105 Fahrenheit.
Just to see what lap times they were doing. There is the quickest we was doing into the chicane, and we haven't even got off the banking yet. There, our fastest speed going into turn 1, so not even got off the corner, so it's easy to see why these were lapping us after very little time. That was a 141 flat that time. Which 5 seconds, almost 6 seconds quicker than what we was doing in the GT3. And that's with me at the wheel who's struggling with the brakes. looking at that speedo climb, it really does accelerate hard out of the corners. Slow through the chicane that time. Wide there, just locking up. We've got down to a 140.500. So let's jump into the next laps we did. Just went in there and altered the braking a little bit. Thing you tend to do is you get used to the GT3's braking points and try to brake at the same point. But with this, you tend to lock up if you brake at the same point as the GT3. Hence why a lot of the time some of the drivers were a little bit tentative when trying to lap you in the corners. So yeah, 20 laps only in an lmdh car, and .141.109 that lap. Again, a lock up there. That's better through the chicane that time. Minimum speed at about 115, 116. And a lap time of 139.3. We're getting there now. As I say, it will be interesting to see how close we was to, probably not the fastest of the cars, but probably cars just inside the top 6 or 7. Can't use qualifying time because we're running this on full fuel. Got the back end breaking away there. See what we're down to this time. Again, not as quick as last time through the chicane. And a 140.6 that time, so yeah, it was slow in a place or two. I think if I put in the amount of practice you would normally put in for an endurance race, I could get to grips with it a bit. As I say, this is straight out of the box. And never turned a wheel with it, jumping on to where I was at the weekend with the GT3, so within 20 laps, imagine if we did another couple of 100 laps, we could probably get as close as I was in the GT3 to the leaders with this. Again, pretty quick through the chicane that time again. So we did a 139 flat that time. This lap's going to be a slow one, I think. See what lap time we do this time, but it does look slower. It's a 39.5, so I think we've just about got there, just need another 3 or 4 times what we've done here in laps to get to grips with it. Let's mess that lap up with the lock-up. I think if I could stop locking the fronts up, I could easily find a couple of seconds. The last lap was a 39.8. This lap feels quick at the minute. I will leave a comment, 38.8 that time. I will leave a comment in the comments below what sort of lap times the lmdh cars were doing in our split during the 24 hours of Daytona. So that is the fastest we did. Let's have a look as we're saying goodbye. Yeah, that lap was a 1:49.8 that we're on. So 1:38.852 was the best. Hope you enjoyed this look at the lmdh and how hard is it to drive. As a comparison, I have to say, main thing is getting it so you're not locking the brakes into the turns. Other than that, I don't think it's overly hard. It's just the braking and lock-ups into the corners that's the hard part of it. But for now, please give us a like, give us a share, drop us a comment. Until you join us again next time, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye for now.